fishing news is brought to you by Navionics, Okuma, Yozuri, Evinrude, Lama Glass, and the Star Island Yacht Club in Montauk, New York. It's that time of the year where most of us have put our boats away snugly for the season. But some of you hardcore anglers are going to fish right to the end. That's because there are still fish to be caught if the weather cooperates. Let's check in with Senior Editor Fred Golofaro.
Yeah, Tim, we know the weather can be pretty tough this time of the year, but when it does cooperate, there's still some good fishing going on. Out in Montauk, the Viking Fleet and a couple of charter boats like the Sea Wife still getting out when the weather's good, running over to Block Island, finding good mixed bag action, getting sea bass, porgies, blackfish, cod mixing in, a few pollock also. So that action should be good right till the end of the year. Hopefully the cod kick in for January. Down along the South Shore, boats running to the offshore wrecks, like the Laura Lee Express, the Superhawk. They're reporting good fish, and again, mixed bag action. Big sea bass. They're getting porgies, ling, some cod, bluefish, haddock. Any given day, the species can change, but it's all mixed bag action, and some good fishing going on there too. Don't forget sea bass and porgy seasons run till the end of the month. Herring reports. We're getting herring reports from quite a few areas now. Mike at Salt Waters in West Islip, he said there was some herring on the Robert Moses Piers and also on the back of Demo. Mark at Bay Park, he talked of herring in Deb's Inlet and also inside the bay this week. Joey at Bernie's reported lots of herring on the Coney Island Pier. That Coney Island Pier always seems to be a hot spot for herring, at least the last several years. Up on the North Shore, Mike at East Coast Bait and Tackle, he was talking about herring at Bar Beach in Hempstead Harbor. Mark from Cow Harbor in Northport said the local harbors have had some shots of herring over the past week. And Jim over at Miller Place Bait and Tackle said Mount Sinai Harbor has been producing herring again over this past week. In the surf, still small bass around. Not a lot of guys fishing given the cold weather and also the size of the fish. I'm not hearing of any keepers. It's all shorts, but they're still there if you want to put in the time. Teasers seem to be the most effective tool at this point in the season, but they're still throwing diamond jigs and metals and tsunami swim eels, catching some fish, but it's really the teasers that are doing most of the damage now. Tim, over to you.
Captain Scott Leonard fished Block Island and had a great day of fishing with Anthony from Whitewater Marine and his son Anthony Jr. and son Gavin. They had a good catch of cod and tog to top off a great season aboard the charter boat Top Gun. From Shinnecock, we have Mike Dean.
Thanks, Tim. Well, that's it, and that's all. Unbelievable season of fishing out here between Shinnecock and Moriches. Wrapped it up on Saturday with 3 small stripers off the beach, taking small sand eel imitators. We focused on an area in West Hampton that had some jetties, figured that little extra structure was going to help. It should be interesting to see what happens in the spring. Once the fish are off the beach, there's a big beach replenishment going on in West Hampton. I'm sure Quag's going to be doing the same. And then down by Shinnecock, there's also a lot of dredging that's going on. So there's still a couple of head boats that go out for wreck trips for cod, sea bass, ling over the winter. My website is down below if you want to ever hit me up. Don't hesitate. Also, we'll be back over the winter with a couple of videos on just different things to keep your sanity in the off season. It's been an unbelievable thrill to share my fishing with everybody. I want to thank the Fisherman, Tim, and all the other reporters. Very cool to be amongst some of Long Island's best anglers. So thanks a lot. Have a great holiday. Talk to you soon.
I want to thank Kale's Family Boating Center for supporting these forecasts over the past season. They are the exclusive dealer of Sea Pro boats powered by Suzuki right here in Long Island. A quality fishing boat at an affordable price. Be sure to check them out at one of the upcoming boat shows or come down to their showroom in Lindenhurst. And one of these beauties would be a great gift during this holiday season. Okay, now let's check in with Captain Al Lorenzetti.
Hey Tim, Fire Island report. Looks like there's good fishing offshore on the wrecks, 120 foot and deeper. There's blackfish, there's sea bass, and quite a few cod. A couple of the Captree boats went out. They had cod over 30 pounds. I fished Block Island last week and it was a load of codfish. So I think it's going to be a good cod winter season here. And then also there's some herring bouncing around in the bay. I've seen them. So get down to the piers at Captree and Jones Beach and you should be able to come up with some herring, and that's a lot of fun. So it looks like there's still some action. We just need some good weather. It looks like the coming weekend, maybe only Friday, might be doable. Saturday and Sunday look pretty tough in the ocean, but inshore and from the piers, I'm sure you could do it. That's it for this week, Tim.
From Jones Inlet, we have Gaige Simon.
Thanks, Tim. While most boat owners here in the Northeast are hauling, winterizing, and shrink wrapping, some captains are leaving the Jones Inlet heading for warmer waters, like Captain Ed of the Nose Tackle, a 56-foot Viking that left the Jones Inlet traveling 694 nautical miles to his new slip in Charleston, South Carolina. This past weekend, Captain Ed, along with Comac native Joe Tucciaroni, flew down to fish with Team Fathom aboard the 56-foot Viking hailing from Baldwin, New York. On Saturday, the crew watched LSU vs. Georgia in the salon while Captain Ed made his way to the fishing grounds 55 miles offshore. Once they arrived to the deep waters, the action was non-stop, catching beeliners, aka red snappers, reef donkeys, also known as amberjacks, barjacks, big grunts, albino eels, and this beautiful wahoo that crushed a nomad plug in the wash. You know you're traveling first class when you bring home dinner in your luggage on ice. Way to go, Captain and crew. Back here on Long Island, our striped bass season ends this weekend, as did our blackfish season this past Monday. Right after I posted last week's report, Captain David Mahler reported big bass west out of Jones in 32 feet of water, and Scott Monahan reported seeing several 600-pound bluefin tuna in 40 feet of water as their action on 25-pounders turned off. Thanks, Scott. That may explain why the action for the surfcasters on the West End has slowed down with no reports of any recent keepers landed. While the headboats leaving both Fire Island and Jones Inlet are reporting consistent action over the rails for anglers heading out to the offshore wrecks with a steady catch of jumbo black sea bass, giant porgy, white and red hake, cape sharks, cunner, cod, bluefish, a steady showing of weak fish this past Saturday, and while jigging action for bonita was red hot on Sunday. Remember, guys, when storing your conventional reels away for the winter, to release any drag pressure. If you have an Avit reel, for example, you have a lever drag system. Put the lever in free spool and avoid doing any damage to the pinion bearing. If your reel has a star drag, loosen the star and avoid damaging your drag washer. For more tips and advice, please visit my YouTube channel, Gaige's Fishing. Wishing everybody bent rods, tight lines, and I'll see you out on the water.
The Fisherman is promoting the 3 R's: release, reduce, and rebuild. When you purchase the sticker for $10, you're funding this critical research utilizing satellite tracking technology. Show your support and visit thefisherman.com so this study can continue and we can learn more about striped bass. In the January issue of the Fisherman magazine, we will be unveiling the tracking info from tag number 2. So far, we have already raised over $1,400 towards new tags for the spring season. Check out thefisherman.com to see the donor list. If you get a weather window like the crew aboard the Reverend did last weekend, you may catch a big one like this bluefin tuna that was chunked last weekend at the Hudson Canyon. They set the lines in at 3 a.m. on Sunday morning, and by 3:15 they were hooked up. Tough fight in rough conditions with a resilient crew. When the match was over, the giant checked in at 95 inches. They also had some longfin albacore as well. That's the theme of this week's video. It's called Dedication. From Sheepshead Bay, we have Luke Feeney with some holiday gift ideas.
With the holidays coming up and the fishing season slowly coming to an end, many people are beginning to think about what to get the fishermen in their lives for Christmas this year. Well, the fact is that the options couldn't be more open, as there are a ton of great products on the market this year. Foul weather gear such as rain tops and rain pants are always a great option. It is often overlooked on most trips, but a good set of rain gear can make or break a trip of a lifetime if you're able to stay dry and comfortable during the trip. Grundens has come out with many great lines of lightweight foul weather gear at a great price, and this is a great option. If you're looking to go along the tackle route, Tsunami has some truly great new products on the market this season that are both durable and they're priced at a really great price. The new Tsunami Evict spinning reels are bulletproof and ultra smooth, and I myself have purchased 3 of them this season. And the Tsunami Carbon Shield 2 is a great spinning rod with a great action and is set at a great price. That pairs exceptionally well with the Tsunami Evict. No fisherman could ever have enough lures in their arsenal, and a great way to start off the spring season is with a few fresh mojos for those bass, and those always make a great gift. Topwater plugs are always a great gift for the early spring action, as well as storm sheds and tsunami sheds, where you can never go wrong. Be sure to go to your local tackle shop and show your support while looking for the perfect gift to this holiday season. To wrap up, there is still great light tackle bass fishing to be had, so be sure to get out there when the weather allows and have a blast. That's it for this week, and until next time, tight lines.
You talk about dedication. Raul Ortiz, the urban angler, fished through the snow last night during the high tide and managed to get a dozen fish or so in a short amount of time. All the fish were in the 18 to 24 inch range and were returned safely for another day. Not bad for only 3 hours in the snow and cold. You know who else is dedicated? Paul McCain of River Bay Outfitters.
Hello, Tim. As most of you have heard by now, I had a bad accident right after doing the report last week. I slipped on ice and I broke my ankle, and I'm going to be operated on tomorrow. But that's the bad news. The good news is I should be up and running by the end of January, so getting ready for that season. It also gives me plenty of time to take it easy and tie some flies, which I'm doing right now. Now, on the reports, basically, you get what you put into. And right now, there is fish to be had. The Connect Quad, talking to people, they have been doing well in the park. Some very big fish. And also the Carls River is still fishing well. If you want to take a little trip, the Mayanas is doing all right. It's all about this cold weather. Once it starts freezing up the ponds, that's pretty much over for Long Island. Now, fish to think about the tidal section. We also have white perches starting to pour into these little tidal creeks. That's another option. Now, just to get back to the shop news, on December 18th at 6 o'clock, we're having our Christmas party, and it's open to anybody can come. And it's all we ask, it's up to you, but we are collecting for people in need. So we have, you can bring food or you can bring a toy and enter into a chance to win a nice gift certificate to the shop. So hopefully we'll see you then. And until next week, tie lines, everybody.
With another great holiday gift idea, we have Kenny Cannon.
Thanks, Tim. I have 2 really cool gift ideas for the fisherman, hunter, outdoorsman, whatever, in your family. You may like them as well. Number 1, the Mora Craft Line. This is the best $10 to $15 you will ever spend in your life. I'm a knife freak. I have a lot of knives. I probably have 15 of these. I also have some more expensive knives as well, the Azula 2 and things like that, some Spyderco pieces as well. But this is my favorite knife in the world. It's full tang stainless steel. Don't get the carbon version. The stainless steel version is awesome, never rusts, holds an edge like better than anything I've ever seen in my life, and you can wear it as a neck knife, put a piece of paracord on the back, put some bicycle tubing, inner tubing on the front, attach a little keychain flashlight, and boom, there you go, right on your knife. What do fishermen need? We need things to cut stuff with, and there's always room for an extra flashlight, which is cool. The second one is the Bubba Trailblazer. Insulated water bottles are awesome, but they're really expensive, and they're really dirty and gross after a while. This one's really cool because it's $15 on Amazon, number 1. And number 2, the top screws off a little mouthpiece. See that? So this is never exposed. What you're drinking is never exposed to the elements. Hot and cold, you can clip it on your wading belt with the little piece right here, and it's completely watertight, never leaks. Salt water's not going to get in. Clam belly juice is not going to get in. Sand's not going to get in. Nothing. You just unscrew the top when you're on the beach or you're on the boat, whatever. Take a sip, pop it back over, screw it back down, and you're good to go. This is good for cold and hot, and it's $15 on Amazon. I'm running out of time. That's all for me for this week. Back to you, Tim.
If you'd like to be part of our weekly video fishing forecast, we're looking for social media savvy anglers for hyperlocal reporting from around the New York Metro and Long Island area. So if you're a captain, tackle shop, or just an avid angler, contact me at libayrat@gmail.com. Remember, like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tap on the bell to be notified instantly when we post a new video on YouTube. And of course, be a subscriber to the Fisherman magazine to be part of the Dream Boat Contest. Stay warm, and I will see you right here next week at thefisherman.com. Win the incredible Steiger Craft Evinrude Lowrance Grand Prize Boat Package and more in the Fisherman's 2019 Dream Boat Fishing Challenge. Get the details now at thefisherman.com.